This is Brian Anderson with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. Allie LaForce, our reporter. And so off the tip, it's Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Wow, the long reach of Cat. When he grabs for the ball, it's over.
And that one. It's good. Gilge. Just Alexander.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah. BA, that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
The Thunder making a switch here. That one doesn't drop. Some solid defense from Williams. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Tom Thibodeau. We were talking about Chet Holmgren, the versatility at both ends. And Coach pointed out one thing in particular, saying that Chet has the ability to create for himself. He's a tremendous ball handler for his size. He has great footwork, and he stays on balance. He knows it's going to take a team effort defensively.
Allie, thank you. That's a heart. Uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, this team is at its best when Towns is looking to establish himself on the interior.
Doris, you look at the shooting of Karl Anthony Towns. A 7-footer. He's as good as it gets.
He is, B.A. He has been verging on the 50, 40, 90 efficiency type numbers in recent years. He is right there with Dirk Nowitzki when you talk about the sweetest shooting big men of all time.
New York shooting their first free throws of the game. Free throw good, Hart. Well, Grant, all the high hopes Knicks fans have had in recent years, they have finally come to fruition.
Yeah, it really was good to see the Knicks have a great campaign last year. From the players to the coaches to the front office and the fans. They've pressed all the right buttons. Terrific rim protection impacting the shot.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
Now here's Bridges. 6 to shoot. Here's Towns. And here's Brunson from the arc. Offensive rebound.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Brunson with the rebound.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
Bridges misses. Thunder trail by 4. It's Dort on the wing. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Listen, that is all you can do defensively. Lu Dort, at times, is just going to make tough shots.
Pass to Hart. Here's Bridges. Towns, left side. The Thunder with the rebound.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful. What a terrific pass. Work the ball inside and create a good look for your teammate.
Outside Anunoby. Back to Brunson. We've got 1:28 left in the first quarter. Anunoby for 3. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. And Holmgren's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
I love when Shea does not just settle for a layup. Finish with authority. What a pretty dunk.
Now Brunson. He gets it in there.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
And Jalen Brunson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Dort, right side. Out of bounds. It'll be New York's ball. And here's New York now. Puts it up off the inbound. Brunson with the bucket. Brunson's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Yeah, don't be fooled by the height, guys. Brunson is a terrific finisher inside.
You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer Pro-Am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year, already an elite shot blocker.
This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. He goes up, and the finish on the break with the slam.
OG Anunoby, because of his athletic ability, can be special in the open floor. Nice finish there.
On the wing, Caruso. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. 12 seconds left in the first quarter. Pass to Brunson. 3 seconds left. Here's Towns. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. New York out in front, leading by a point. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. All right, guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Chet Holmgren makes up for his light frame with aggression. He said, quote, "You don't have to take a second look at me now to know that I'm not the biggest dude width-wise, so I have to hit first. Otherwise, the game's not going to go in my favor when things get physical," unquote. Brian, you agree?
I do, and you can tell he just refuses to back down, Allie. Here's Williams. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. It goes on Josh Hart.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
All right, Grant, which U.S.-born player do you think has the best chance to supplant LeBron as the face of the league?
Oh, man, you're putting me on the spot, B.A. Well, the conversation has to be between Jason Tatum, Ja Morant, and Anthony Edwards. They're the best young talent that the U.S. has to offer, and they're only getting better.
Of course, not only is the Thunder roster full of young talent, they also have a ridiculous amount of draft capital.
BA, you've got to give a ton of credit to the front office. They've got multiple options going forward. Continue to draft and develop their talent, or perhaps use those picks to trade for a superstar you believe fits. Well, beautifully done by Towns, using the up fake to bait the defender.
Offensively, Karl Anthony Towns is one of the most well-rounded big men in the league, Grant.
Yeah, maybe in league history, B.A. He's an elite three-point shooter, post scorer, and his passing is severely underrated.
Here's Caruso. It's rebounded by New York. Now Brunson kicks it out Towns. New York, no good that time either. Outside, Williams. Pass to Holmgren. From the wing. And he gets the jumper to drop.
Yeah, it's just too easy for Holmgren. Man, is he fun to watch operate off the catch.
Towns for three. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson. Towns has got 8 here in this quarter.
Well, more and more you see big men working on the outside shot, and this guy has one of the better ones in the league.
Oh, the determination from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, let's remember that at 6'6", Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can more than handle himself near the cup.
Back to Towns. No problem on the jumper in close. Towns has got 12 points in the game.
Boy, this guy has been on a mission. Karl Anthony Towns will not be denied on the offensive end of the floor.
And the shot goes.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Oh, wow.
How about the creativity, the athleticism? That's a rare combination for a guy his size. Go to work, Cat.
The kick out to Williams. Caruso outside. Fires the three. And another three for Oklahoma City.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Blocked.
OG Anunoby is fast off his feet. 7'2" wingspan, says twice on the pipes.
Towns gets the bucket.
Well, he's been shooting it so well because he's been so active, moving and working to get high percentage shots.
Pass to Holmgren. Ooh, the toughness of Holmgren.
A beautiful finish through contact. That's the dog in Holmgren.
Anunoby with it. Unloads from 13. That one won't fall. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Holmgren inside. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Kicks it out Towns. Three-pointer. They grab their own miss. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And the basket by Bridges.
Such a smart offensive player. Mikal Bridges assertive and focused when he gets this close.
Pass to Williams. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Knicks. Knicks leading by 3. Here's Brunson. Outside Hart. Pass to Bridges. Now here's Brunson. Jacks up a 3. Here's Towns. He's got it going on. Now 7 for 10.
Yeah, you love to see Towns mix it up a little bit. Gets his team a bucket on the second chance.
Caruso outside. Banked it in off the glass. Caruso's got 7 points for the quarter.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
You know, could have gone to the rack for the throwdown, but opts for the soft, smooth finger roll. I love it.
It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns for the New York. Through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And so it's Brunson who brings up the ball for New York. Well, Doris, Chet Holmgren was one of the more highly talented guys coming into the league in a long time.
He was, B.A., and he has lived up to the billing. At that size, to be able to shoot the ball, put it on the deck, be a force at the rim defensively. But maybe his best attribute, he is a tough competitor.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. Just 5 on the clock. Outside for Dort. Hey, hangs in midair and converts the double clutch layup. So Dort's gotten his second bucket.
Well, Dort touched the paint, and he was immediately thinking score.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks, Brian. The Knicks, one of the top defensive teams in the league, and it starts in the paint. Coach Tom Thibodeau said, quote, "We've prided ourselves on having a tight shell. We've got great rim protection, guys who take charges, and we're aggressive on the ball. Guys, great defense has always been Tibbs' MO.
And nothing has changed now. Thanks, Allie.
I'll tell you, it's 6'8" with elite athleticism. Good luck checking OG Anunoby on the interior.
Caruso misses.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense, given the situation.
Brunson looks it over. Clock at 6. Towns for 3. The Thunder with the rebound. Dort outside. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Now a timeout called by New York. Doris, how about the emergence of Jalen Brunson? The Knicks got him as a free agent.
B.A., it's incredible because the Knicks, when they signed him back in the summer of 2022, many voices were out there saying it's an overpay, you paid Jalen too much. Well, guess what? All NBA performer, and that contract looks like a bargain.
And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Well, Grant, one thing about this Knicks team, they have a clear identity.
Yeah, they have the mentality of their city, New York City, playing the game with passion and in-your-face attitude. And, of course, these Knicks leave it all out on the floor. I don't think this timeout is just to give the guys a breather. Coach is looking to switch things up.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
Now a timeout called by New York. Grant, how about the rise of OKC? In just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed.
Incredible, BA. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
This is one of the strongest 6'4" players in the league. Lou Dort is not going to have a problem playing through contact and getting an N1 opportunity.
And that one misses. And Dort is such an important guy on the defensive end. Lou Dort.
He is strong. He plays hard. He's willing to mix it up physically. He's a tremendous athlete. This guy is tough to score on.
Dort outside. Floats one. Outside, Williams. Pass to Hartenstein. Goes up on the wing. Williams' shot is good. Williams has got 5.
Boy, that one was not easy. Every once in a while, you just make a tough shot.
And the basket by Bridges.
And an excellent job distributing the ball tonight. You can really see his feel for the game.
And that's been his role pretty much from the opening. Get the ball to guys where they can score it.
And Doris, no doubt about it, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an absolute monster on offense.
Very quietly, one of the most dangerous offensive players in the game is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got size, he's got speed, he's got handle, he can score from 3 levels. This guy is a legit force.
Pass to Brunson. Oh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. And they're on the break. The kick out to Williams. Stolen by Bridges. And here we go, the Knicks in transition. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
When Towns is healthy, he is an absolute force on the offensive end of the floor.
Since he was traded out of Phoenix, Mikal Bridges' scoring numbers have skyrocketed. Why is that?
Well, number one, he's worked hard to develop his skill on the offensive end. He came in as a 3-and-D guy, but what he's proven is he can handle the basketball, he can initiate action. You love the work ethic that went into that.
And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. Knicks leading by 8. Pass to Bridges. Outside Hart. Outside Anunoby. 4 on the clock. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks. With the putback. Great positioning on the putback. Hart's got 8.
I love the relentless attitude he showed there. Got himself in great position under the glass.
Hey, had the presence of mind to know exactly where the rebound was going. Towns way outside. Sinks it. What range from downtown? Towns has got 27 points. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
So far, he's made all of his shots at the foul line. 4 for 4. Doris, how about the evolution of Jalen Brunson's career from role player to star player?
Yeah, B.A., he begins his career as a backup point guard to the great Luka Doncic. But when given an opportunity to thrive without Luka in the playoffs, he did just that. Then he gets his own team and takes his game to an MVP level. Incredible evolution.
And Brunson's got the ball here for New York. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Hart. Back to Towns. The turnaround jumper. No good. And so it's New York, ending the quarter up 10. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Thunder trail by 10. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA just powering through contact.
He's very long, and SGA so effective around the hoop because of that length.
Pass to Towns. Ooh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Holmgren. Here's Dort. He's guarded by Bridges. Dort up top. Just 5 to shoot. Now Hartenstein. Here's Holmgren. Set it up with a fake, but it's offline.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Outside Anunoby. Right wing. And that's an intentional foul. Here's Brunson. Six on the shot clock. Towns outside. Back to Brunson. Pass to Towns. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sound. Thunder trail by 8. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort with it. And here's Caruso outside. The Thunder with another miss. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
Oklahoma City making a switch here. And a little over a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Here's Hart. That one's good for 2. And the Knicks lead by 10.
Boy, you have to love how Jalen Brunson orchestrates this offense. So good at getting the ball where it needs to be.
Gilgeous-Alexander no good. Here's Bridges. Pass to Hart. Let's go with a 3. Hartenstein pulls it in.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open. The officials... We're right on top of that one.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
Well, the coaching staff has to love what they're seeing on offense. There's so many assists because how this team is moving the ball.
Also, I just love how hard they've taken the ball to the rack. They've made a point of attacking, and it's led to them getting buckets.
Time called here. The Nets decide to talk it over. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Tom Thibodeau coaching his team during that last break. He told them, no time to celebrate. The work is not finished. We've got to stick with it and keep growing what we've got here. Words of wisdom for his squad. Back to you.
Appreciate the report, Allie. And the Knicks call time here. Knicks leading by 8. Here's Towns. And it's powered home by Towns.
You call that moving with intent and purpose. The big-time finish by Karl Anthony.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's a 3-second violation. They've done a great job of moving the ball tonight.
Yeah, B.A., keeping everybody involved keeps everyone engaged.
It has proven very hard to guard Jalen Brunson without fouling, especially if he's aggressive to score it.
And so he's able to get one of 2. Thunder trail by 11. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That'll be a second foul of the game. So it's Oklahoma City now. Holmgren with it. Shoots over Hart. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
And this is why so many are high on Holmgren. His ability to dominate games with his scoring.
Brunson. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to go on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's able to hit the second one, and that'll push the lead to double digits.
Well, because Jalen Brunson's such a terrific decision maker, you can tell how confident and comfortable this team is when he runs the offense.
And he's doing things on the glass tonight that we don't often see.
His production has been unbelievable, a testament to how much he cares about his craft.
Back to Towns. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Chet driving. And now we've got an intentional foul. So it's Oklahoma City now. So far in the fourth, they've allowed just 6 points. Gilgeous-Alexander attacking. Count it. That's his 6th field goal in 12 tries.
Oh, boy, how slippery is SGA on the dribble drive? Just so difficult to stay in front of him. .111 left
in the fourth quarter. Outside Anunoby. 5 to shoot. Here's Brunson. Hartenstein pulls it in.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Caruso outside. To the inside. Oh, stolen by Anunoby. Outside Hart. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson.
With very little left on the clock, they've got a comfortable lead, and the fans are loving it.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
Hart with it. Caruso covers. Pass to Bridges. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Connects from downtown.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Now Brunson. Anunoby with it. It's Bridges on the wing. Back to Anunoby. And so New York takes this one by a big margin. A clean win, and one where they clearly showed better energy.
Yes, so true. They put on a show here at home, and I really think they had that extra swagger and confidence, too.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris